We got our work cut out for us this weekend, boys and girls. It is time to start putting this boat together. So starting with the hardware, we got hatch lids going on, live well lid, cup holders, rod holders, through hulls, hinges, latches, all the drain hoses for all the hatch gutters, whole bunch of clamps, and got some cleats, should be here in the next day or two. I don't know what's taking them so long to ship, but the big through holes for the live well pickup and drains. And yeah, bunch to do. So, oh, and that too. Gotta put that door on the side of the console. Anyways, let's get to it. All right, I'm not going to film every bit of this because, God, it would take, it'd be a 3-hour video. But what I am going to do is just kind of go over each component, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, and throw a little time lapse in there and try to make this, somewhat entertaining. So, starting with the hatches, everything is getting through bolted with lock nuts and washers. Hate when screws back out of things. So, it's basically drill them, put the nuts and washers through, silicone it up real good, tighten it all down, and then get some acetone. And while this stuff is still wet, all those smudgy smearies will just clean right off. Trust me, I'll clean it better when I'm not holding the camera with one hand. For these, I'm just using some life caulk, some white boat life caulk, silicone caulking. Really no need to go with like 5200 for anything topside like this. Of course, anything down below the water line, you're going to want a 42 or 5200 3M, more permanent adhesive. But topside stuff, this stuff's easier to work with. It wipes up a little easier, and it seals just fine. Getting these hatches installed today, using some shims, some spreaders, and some mixing sticks to get the right width, keep those lines consistent. Using the straight edge there to kind of set my gaps on the side for the hinges. Got the holes measured out pretty well, so those sit right on the edge of the non-skid where I want them. Open up well. Testing out some different gasket sizes. Overall, he's pretty flush, so happy there. So it's kind of boring, but that's what I'm doing today. Should keep me busy for about the next hour or so. Got starting on this one, got 3, 4, and 5 to do up there. Quick tip, if you're drilling out these hole saws, really anytime you're doing fiberglass hole saw, drill through the top side until you feel the bottom side, flip it over, and finish drilling it out from this side. Because if not, when that hole saw busts through, it's going to do that. So, not the end of the world, just something I got to fix. I rushed on that last one, I know better, but yeah, finish it from this side. And then you don't get any big rips in your fiberglass when it comes tearing through the backside. Looks like most of the hinges are all drilled and ready to be screwed in. So when I laid everything out, cleats showed up today. Nice solid pop-up cleats, all 3/16s. Those are nice. So we got cleats, rod holders, cup holders, rod holders, fuel, cleats, rod holders, cup holders. Got some drains, got some, screw all that stuff in. Same thing down this side. Got my little drain for that guy. So let's get to it. Moving on to the gutter drains now that we have the hinges and latches on for this one. This is the drain I'm using. Nice recessed little drain so it'll fully drain out. 3/4 inch hose connector on the back. Only problem with it is it perfectly fits where it needs to go. And I say that's a problem only because you got one shot at sticking a 1 3/8 inch hole saw bit down in there. And if you're off a little bit either way, it's not going to sit flush. So, best way I have found to do this is take this guy, put it upside down right where it needs to go, take a trusty pencil, wrap it in a little bit of masking tape or something to make it the, very, very close to the width of that opening. Drop your pencil down in there and it's going to hit right in the center. Make yourself a little mark, lift it up, and that is where you're going to want your hole saw to go. Drains on. Next thing is the cleat. These did not come with a template, so I just simply grabbed the tape measure. I knew it was 10 inches from the edge of this non-skid to this corner, so went 5 inches down. Used the roofing square to kind of measure, the middle point where I wanted it. And then it's just basically, 3 3/4, 3 3/4, mark it all the way, just get it square. And then kind of stand up on a ladder or something, look down at it and make sure it looks how you're going to want it to look. And draw a circle around those with a pencil and find the right size hole saw bit and get to cutting. 2 quick tips. First, if you get any pencil marks on your gel coat, don't worry about it at all. The last tone will wipe it right off. And second, before you drill anything, oh, really? Now it's going to start raining. Of course. I'll be back. All right, we done? Good. Like I was saying, before you put any big holes in your boat, especially, a good 3 or 4 inch hole, cut a piece of cardboard and just take the, take the second to make sure that it's the right size hole. Because if it's not, it's hard to drill them out bigger. And if it's too big, that's even worse because then you're doing fiberglass repairs. Speaking of the right size hole, testing for these cleats, I'm like, okay, that's probably what, 3/4 inch? Drill a hole. That's a little snug. I'm like, what's the deal with this thing? 1 inch or 7/8 is way too big. So break out the caliper. .79. Really? We'll have to make that work. So the 3/4 inch bit was a little too small, as we saw, so took a little sticky back sandpaper, wrapped it around the bit. Just use that to slowly wallow out the holes just a little bit. And then, with any luck, I'll drop right in. Now we can measure, get the measurements for these outside little studs, which are, looks like 1/4 inch. So that's just going to be a regular drill bit. All right, 3/8 inch bit later. Those are all lined up. I'm not going to push it down yet because I'm going to apply some sealant on there first. So 1 down, 4 to go, and then we'll switch to the next thing. Okay, next up on the list, cup holders and rod holders. So went ahead and measured this space. We got 11 inches here, which was enough for both of these. Basically, I wanted a 1 inch gap between the non-skid and the cup holder and a 1 inch gap between this side of the non-skid and the rod holder. So went ahead and measured these. These are about 4 inches, same thing. So just basically take the measurements, divide it in half, find your spots. That's a simple hole. This one, a little more complicated because this is a 30 degree. So you drill a straight hole. That's not going to sit right. So you have to drill a hole at 30 degrees. Best way I have found to do that is it's going to be that angle. So if you go ahead and flip this straight over, set that next to your drill, and you basically just hold your drill at the same angle as the rod holder, opposite of which way it's going to end up. It seems to work pretty well. doing the fuel line access pie plate today. Eventually going to replace this with like a tilt out storage thing probably. But for now I just got a cheapy little pie plate. So don't want to cut the hole radius because then obviously you won't be able to screw it in. So put some masking tape on there, cut it out with a razor knife, peeled it off, stuck it on there, trimmed it out with a pencil, and bust out the handy oscillating tool and cut this out. Took the tape off of here that was covering that hose. A couple clamps ready to go. Caps here. Pre-drilled the holes marked. So kind of tricky here because you have to feed the hose back in up enough, but you can't fit the hose through here with the clamps. So this got to go in. You got to clamp it from the inside there somehow, and then glue and screw this down. So yeah, it'll be on tight though. I got it on, but the clamps are a little hard to reach up there, so I'm gonna have to get a little 3/8 ratchet, fish it up in there with whatever this guy is, and tighten him down. Other than that, gas cap's on. It's similar with the vent, which I'm putting out the bottom here. Just push it through, drill it, clamp it, do the same thing, get the clamps in here, ready to get clamped on. Silicone it, screwed in place, clamp it. Coming up to a stopping point here. Have all the rod holders, cup holders in. Hatches are all installed. Working well. Got all the drains in there. One thing, I bought these because I'm just going to run the drains straight out onto the deck here, but they're I'm gonna have to get some different ones. So throw those out of the way for now. Done. Boat's a mess. Dust everywhere. I got tools all over the stinking place. I'm pretty much down to the last thing, which is this door. So got it pretty much where I think I'm gonna want it. Check it and stand back one more time, and then grab the pencil, trace it out, and cut a big old hole in the side of my brand new console. fan off for a second. All right, there it is. It's gonna be a big hole inside of this console, so measure once, cuss twice. I should probably check it. Good Lord, if I'd remembered this thing was, well, I knew it was cord, but I didn't think it was that thick. I would have got a good jigsaw blade instead of wearing that thing out, but hey, it worked. So if anybody's wondering, these are the 50 time life Makita, no, not Makita, Milwaukee carbide tip blades. I get them at Home Depot. I get the 3-packs. They work really well. But anyways, yeah, door's off. Well, door piece is off. A big old hole, and yeah, I'm gonna climb in here. Did vacuum out the spiders real quick, but yeah, I like it. This is gonna make rigging and electronics and all very nice. So anyways, there's my extra little floor hole for batteries and fuel tank access and rigging tubes and everything. So yeah, good stuff. Enough squawking about how nice the access is inside the console. Y'all want to know, is this door gonna fit? So do I. And the answer is nope. Woo! Don't break. It's fits on the top. Little widening needs to be done down on the sides, about a 1/4 inch or so, and that's okay. It's very easy to make the hole bigger, more challenging to make it smaller. So get the trimming and fitting. I will spare you guys all that, but I'll be back when it's in. The door is in. It looks nice. It fits well. Don't want to mess with it too much because it's just sitting there. Don't fall. But yeah, good. This is the bottom. I had to cut off a little more, and I mean, good Lord. I mean, I know it's like the bottom right where it all seams up, but that is a thick ass layup. So hey, I'll take it. I'm gonna call it a night though. I will pull this out and I will bolt it in tomorrow, whenever, but right now I'm getting destroyed by the mosquitoes, so talk tomorrow. It's the next day, the door is on. Just put...
Bluetooth ready to pair.
What the hell are you doing? Anyways,
Bluetooth connected.
yeah, thank you. Got the door just temporarily screwed in, going to through bolt it, but this console is getting painted to match because it's obviously a different color white. So I just put a couple screws, little number 8 screws to hold it. So it's good. Opens, closes, does what it's supposed to do. Cleaned up some of the mess on here. I mean, at least the tools. The boat's filthy, absolutely filthy. Screwed that back on just temporarily because I am ordering a tackle center for there. And once I get that and cut those holes, I'll be able to through bolt it, but wanted to just kind of set it in place. And now, last thing I'm gonna do for this video is get these two guys installed. The nice Gemlux, this is gonna be for the live well pickup, and this is gonna be for the main drain out of the bottom. So we're going in there, get the right size hole saw bit and cut them out. This is what we need to do this. Got a, what do we got here? 1 1/8 inch hole saw bit for that one, a 2 inch hole saw bit for that, the last tone to clean it up, and then this is when you're gonna use 5200. This is the through hole permanent. If you guys have used this, I'm sure most of you watching this probably have at some point. Just put it on permanent things. Things that don't need to come out. Please do not put this all over everything on the top side of the boat. Because when you got to remove one of these little cup holders, and it's 5,200 on, and you literally start ripping fiberglass off the cap of the boat. It's a bit much. Anyways, rant off. Start with the small hole, move to the big one, seal them up. A couple screws to put in the bottom of that to keep it from twisting. Easy peasy. All right, let's see if it'll focus down here in the bilge. I'm gonna do the pickup in the front and the drain behind it. That way, if the water's coming over, it's not, going through the drain and kind of, screwing up the flow. Anyways, doing it just off center so the water can still drain out easy, unobstructed. But I still have a good top-down view for hitting those valves. Did stick them in there, just test fit, make sure I still got plenty of clearance to put the hoses on. So I think that's going to be the spot. Bottom side, I'm going to go ahead and finish these off down here so I don't split this gel coat up. So just remember which hole's first. The pickup's going to be on the front, drain on the back, so don't mix these up. Alright, that's it. Just take it nice and slow. It wasn't so hard now, was it? Alright, now that I'm not raining fiberglass down on my head, I shut that fan off. So hopefully this audio is a little better. I did go ahead and I ran these screws up in each hole just to make sure. I have had those get pretty tight before, and I broke a screw head off. That's a pain in the ass. I'd rather do it without the thing in the way. Okay, if anybody knows anything about 5200, that it goes everywhere. Let's put some gloves on. Okay, see what I mean? It gets all over you. All right, nice little bead around everything there. So hopefully I can just put that. God, it's so hard to do on your back. Let's get those all started. All right, good little bead of it gooping out everywhere. It's what you want. I'll go through on the top side and do the same thing. There we go. I went ahead and put the nut on the top side. So hard to get the camera down on that bilge, but put a good bead of 5200 around it, threaded it down, got a crescent wrench, tightened it down, and then came back down here and noticed that it beat it out really nice. So tighten those screws up. Screwdriver instead of the drill, so I don't risk popping any of the heads off. And let's do this one. All right, so this guy doesn't have any screws or anything to hold it in, so I just wheeled a little box in here. So unless you have, a second person, someone to come hold it or whatever, so this will work. It's just gonna sit right there. And go to the top side and pull it up and screw it on. All right, we're back in the hole. Went ahead and sealed up the nut here. Fish that down over without getting sealant all over everything. All right, got that tight. Let's check it out from down here. So got a good seal all around it. And, I think these are good. You can go ahead and, if you want, you can take some acetone, clean that up. I figure a little extra sealant never hurt anything. So with that, I think it's a good time to wrap this video up. Got a lot done. Happy with the progress so far, and I'm happy with you guys following along. I had quite a bump in the last week or two with the channel. So thank you to all my new followers. Thank you to you all who've been around since the beginning. I appreciate every single one of you. Hatches are done. There's some gaskets showing up today. I'm not going to film that. The through hulls for the drains, I'm going to go ahead and put in after I paint the boat, so I don't have to tape over them. Russ, I'm waiting on you if you're watching this. Paint should be here very soon. And rub rail, got to find that. And then we can start rigging the inside, doing some electrical and stuff. So thank you as always for following along, and do appreciate it, like I said. And I will talk to y'all soon.